The Arizona Wildcats are on the road for their second week in a row as they face off against the UCLA Bruins at the Rose Bowl. Arizona Wildcats hit the field yet again under new head coach Kevin Sumlin for their first spring game. The Wildcats have not won a game at the Rose Bowl since their 2010 season and hope to capitalize tonight after a tough loss against Utah last week. 17 Arizona Gymcats have their first Pac-12 matchup of the season today as they host the number 4 UCLA Bruins. The Wildcats hope to capitalize tonight and are currently ranked at 5-2 in their conference play games. Coming to you from the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California, I'm Zach Lazarus with not only lots of fun and lots of football. Being 1-0 in their conference as they faced off against Oregon State last weekend, the Arizona Wildcats look for a big win tonight. Make sure to check out the game next week when the Arizona Wildcats are back at home for homecoming weekend as they take on Oregon. I'm Zach Lazarus for UATV3 Sports, and if you didn't get a chance to come out and see the Arizona Wildcats Red-Blue game today, the Arizona Wildcats headed down to UCLA tonight to take on the Bruins after a tough loss against the USC Trojans a few nights ago. The homeless issue in Tucson has grown tremendously over the past few years, but this organization is doing everything they can to make a difference. The Arizona Gymcats started their season off last Saturday as they fell just short to Arkansas. What would it cost? Where would it stop? Can Arizona afford it now? State leaders want the public's opinion on those questions. After a tough loss 2 weeks ago, the Arizona Wildcats came out tonight for their home opening game, taking on Northern Arizona University. Both teams are 3-2, and the Arizona Wildcats have never beat UCLA under head coach Rich Rodriguez. After a tough loss last week against Washington State, the Arizona Wildcats hope to capitalize today. Fall is here, and that means Arizona hockey is taking over the desert once again. Arizona's new head coach, Kevin Sumlin, made his way to the University of Arizona to address his future plans within the program. The Arizona Wildcats hit the field yet again under new head coach Kevin Sumlin for their first spring game with not only lots of fun and lots of football. To start off this football-filled day, there was a free Arizona Fan Fest before the game with lots of fun attractions and many smiling faces. Here's what a few fans had to say about the event today.
Wanted to come, thought the grandkids would really enjoy it. Beautiful Tucson afternoon, so happy to be here. Oh yeah, as soon as they saw the bounce house, they couldn't get up here fast enough, so they love it. And the rock climbing wall, they're excited for that.
I enjoy lots of the wall, the rock climbing thing, and the bouncy house.
When game time had finally arrived, the fans poured in and could not contain their excitement as the Wildcats hit the field. Arizona's offense was carrying the ball down the field more and more tonight with some amazing hard-hitting runs, beautiful jukes, and some amazing throws and catches. Here's what quarterback Khalil Tate had to say after the game.
I learned a lot. We're young as far as learning new offense, but we're all doing a great job and really just listening and adapting to our new coaching style. It's going great. I've been working with Coach Mazzoni, getting extra little practice in, watching film, really just trying to understand how he wants me to read it and then how I'm supposed to read it. Really just my mindset. I'm always determined to not lose. I hate losing. You can ask anybody and really just, pushing my team to be the best that we can be.
The Wildcats' offense wasn't the only thing standing out tonight. Their defense was filled with intensity and determination, as they had some diving interceptions, multiple sacks on the quarterback, fumble recoveries, and some SWAT downs. Defense ended up taking the win 55-46. Reporting to you from Arizona Stadium for UATV Sports, I'm Zach Lazarus. The Arizona Wildcats are on the road for their second week in a row as they face off against the UCLA Bruins at the Rose Bowl. The Wildcats have not won a game at the Rose Bowl since their 2010 season and hope to capitalize tonight after a tough loss against Utah last week. Former head coach Rich Rodriguez's son, Rhett Rodriguez, started tonight's game due to Khalil Tate's ankle injury. In Rhett's first college start, he went head-to-head with UCLA's very much improved D and struggled with finding the open man but continued to give it his all each snap, connecting with his receivers more and more as the game went on, throwing for 2 touchdowns and a total of 231 yards. Quarterback Rhett Rodriguez had this to share on tonight's game and their efforts.
It's definitely an experience that I'll never forget. At the end of the day, though, I could have been a lot better, and we lost the game, so I got to look at the film and see where I can help. Of course, I was nervous, but you should be nervous. If you're not nervous, then you don't love the game. But I felt pretty calm out there. It wasn't a bad nervous, I guess. I think it was really just about everyone doing their job. At the end of the day, it's just we got to execute. I got to be better, and I think there in the second half we kind of got some momentum, got the ball rolling a little bit, and I think we just got our rhythm there.
While Arizona's offense may be one story, their defense was another. The Wildcats let up 31 points in tonight's game, but seemed to improve along the lines of getting to the quarterback more efficiently and stopping the ball behind the line of scrimmage. Head coach Kevin Sumlin had this to say about tonight's game and what went wrong.
We had a lot of young guys out there. We had a new quarterback, right? First real start, and 2 freshman guys. And like I said, this team continues to play extremely hard, and it's but we've got to be a smarter football team, and it's something we have been working on. Situational football, and in tight games, you can't give away yardage or the football, and we did that tonight. We had 2 turnovers, punch out on JJ and the pick in the end zone, which certainly would have translated to more than 1 point in the game.
Despite their efforts, the Wildcats fell just short of the Bruins, losing by 1 point with the final score of 31-30. The Wildcats will be hosting Oregon next week for homecoming weekend. Make sure to tune in. Reporting to you from the Rose Bowl for UATV Sports, I'm Zach Lazarus. Alonzo Trier had a night to remember in their season-opening game against the Northern Arizona Lumberjacks, being on the court for a total of 32 minutes, scoring a career high of 32 points. Being 10 for 13 for his shots, 2 for 2 on his threes, and 10 for 11 on his free throws, head coach Sean Miller had a lot to say about Trier tonight.
Alonzo has put in as much work on the game of basketball as any player that we've had. He's fought through his own adversity. I think it's helped him. It's allowed him to grow up. He's more mature. He's the best teammate he's ever been. But he's certainly, from an offensive perspective, he takes a backseat to nobody who's playing his game. If you leave him open, he's going to make the shot. And he's always had a gift of being able to get there. I just feel like he does it in a more efficient way now than ever before. But he set the tone, and when our defense was not very good tonight, especially in the first half, the reason that we had the lead that we did was because of how prolific he was on offense.
The Arizona Wildcats fought for their first win of the season tonight with a final score of 101-67. Reporting to you from the McHale Center for UATV Sports, I'm Zach Lazarus.